Well, welcome back. Pain at the pump for truckers. Diesel prices skyrocketing this week to new record highs, rising faster this week and over the past month than regular gasoline, according to AAA. Truckers are paying the price over $600 more on average per fill-up than they were just a year ago. American Trucking Associations just sent a letter to the White House warning of more supply chain issues if these prices do not come down. Joining me right now is the president and CEO of the American Truckers Association, Chris Spear. Chris, great to have you. Thanks very much. Connect the dots for us. How will we see further supply chain issues as a result of further moves higher in oil and gasoline and diesel?
Well, thanks for having me back on, Maria. It's very clear to us that the immediate surge in the price of fuel is going to have even more adverse impact on the supply chain. Just in the past year, we've seen the price of diesel go up well over $1 a gallon. Just in the last week, trucking has experienced 75 cents on the gallon surge just in 1 week alone. So, with the half the cost of a gallon of diesel tied to crude, our estimates are showing that a barrel is going to be at $185 to $200 a barrel over the next 10 months. And that's just simply not sustainable for local communities that rely on trucks. 83% of our local communities do. And that's going to reduce, the number of products on the shelf, apples from 7 to 2. You're really going to see choice limited if we experience consolidation within the industry. So the supply chain impact is extraordinarily measurable.
Yeah, and, this is going to affect all of us. You're transporting 70% of the nation's goods by trucks. If our number one cost goes up, the cost of diesel, then you got to believe that that's going to mean higher freight prices. Give us the indirect follow-on effects of this.
Well, I think, there's a surcharge, obviously, that can be passed on. That really only covers 60% of the price. So, when you see a 75-cent spike in just 1 week, that's just simply not sustainable. Our industry's second highest cost is fuel, the first being labor. I've been on your program many times about the price for talent. Now we're seeing it applicable to fuel. So these are two measurable impacts that are very, very significant on our bottom line, and to service the economy and consumers and to help us climb out of this economic rut that we find ourselves in. What we're experiencing now just in the past few days with the Ukrainian crisis is quite significant. I'm just not so certain that the industry can bear that for much longer. Hence our letter to the White House to make it very clear the consequences.
Yeah, Kamala Harris the other day said that her favorite subject is electric trucks, electric buses. How hard is it for the truckers to basically adapt to new equipment and new trucks and try to do this overnight?
Yeah, well, that transition's going to happen. It's just not going to happen tomorrow. This is not about rainbows and unicorns. The availability of electric cars, if you wanted one, you'd be waiting months. We've got a backlog on batteries and a sheer lack of the ability to charge this equipment, not just cars, but trucks. I don't know if people know this, but a truck, a regular day use for an 80,000-pound commercial vehicle is equivalent to 340 houses being electrified. So that's just one truck. There's not enough electricity on the grid to do this, not now, and certainly not in the next 10 years. So we need to move away from this utopia that's being pitched by the radical environmental lobby and move to a realistic domestic policy. We need control and leverage. We need to increase the number of leases. We need to increase exploration. We need to increase production. Half of our consumption in the U.S. is foreign oil. We shouldn't be conceding anything to regimes like Russia and Iran. This is something we can do immediately. Yeah. We should do it. This kind of control and leverage will reduce the volatility and the anxiety that currently exists in the market and put us in a much better position to climb out of this economic rut.
Yeah. Chris, thank you for the reality check. We so appreciate it. Chris Spear joining us this weekend. We'll see you soon, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria.